to my space and to my next project. This is a pretty good summary of what this guest room has looked like over the last 4 years. I'm currently standing on the mattress that's on the floor, that's been on the floor since we got the cottage almost 1.5 years ago, because we took our guest bedroom apart and took some of the furniture over to the cottage. And since we bought the cottage, things have just been in disarray here at our house. And so today I'm really excited to spruce up our guest bedroom and show you some really easy ways to update a room for guests specifically, but also just from a stylistic standpoint, because not everything has to be a full remodel. Not everything has to be paint all the walls, do a wall treatment, completely revamp the entire space. Sometimes all you need is just the finishing touches. And so today we're going to talk about those finishing touches. Now, when we moved in, this room was green, had pink carpet that was very disgustingly stained. So over the last 4 years of living here, we have done some things to update just the aesthetic of the room, from super duper 90s outdated to modern day. We painted the color on the wall, we added new flooring throughout the entire basement and brought it all the way in here to get rid of that pink carpet. And I just did really simple detail on these closet doors to make them feel a little bit more custom and less bifoldy. And now I actually need to finish the room 4 years later. 95% club. Now, what I want you to notice in this room is that I could do nothing. I could just put the mattress on a frame and slide it up against the wall and make the bed, and I could call it good. The room isn't decorated poorly, it's just messy and cluttered and not finished. So I could very easily just put the bed up, take care of the clutter over here, rearrange the furniture, and be done. But there are some things that are actually, do you like how I'm like bouncing on the bed? There's nowhere else to stand in this room. I could just leave it as it is, but there are some things that are very easy to update that I want to show you will really elevate the look of a space. First up, flimsy, cheap, too small curtain rod. So this sucker is like 1/4 inch thick. It is so skinny, and adding an inch rod is actually going to change the whole look of this side of the room very easily. It's not even an expensive shift. I got my inch rod for $30 for the span of windows. So we'll show you how that changes it. Second is going to be artwork. I'm going to keep this artwork, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to show you how changing some color can really change the look of a space. Third, headboard. This matches my wall. There's no contrast, and so it really blends in and it does not pack the punch that it should. 4, following trends that you shouldn't have. We're gonna change that pink. And there are a few other small things, so let's get to it. All right, step 1, clear it all out. I didn't even put all the color behind it. Well, at least that'll be an easy fix. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay. You're gonna fall. Don't knock the lamp. Don't knock the lamp. Okay. Just gently. Okay. Yep. All right, first things first, I need to sand down the edges of this color blocking just because they're slightly lifted. Doesn't need to be anything dramatic, but if you run your finger along the seam, you should not feel a high edge, whereas previously there was one. And pink be gone, moving on. Now we have our box spring covered. It's ready for the mattress. The mattress is going to be hard to do alone. Nope, that's a bad idea. I'm gonna make the box springs not slide. Don't slide. Okay. Okay, well, it's just gonna go down where it wants to. It's too heavy. I'm gonna try harder. No. Okay. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, don't fall on me. You're gonna trap me underneath of you. Okay. Golly. Okay. This is ridiculous. I need you to come 1 foot this way. Please. No! Dang it. Oh, I broke my nail. I just went through all of that to get the mattress on top. And remember that the base I bought is a platform base and super tall. And now my guests have to be giants to get on the bed because it's real high up here. So that's super fun. I had a heck of a time getting the screws out of the previous, these things, the bane of my existence today. So I got patched holes everywhere, but that's okay, we can paint them. So now I'm going to show you what a difference adding a thick bar can do for a space. One thing that people usually do is they hang their curtain rod right here, and it usually ends at the window. If you hang your curtain rod about 6 to 8 inches above your window and then push it out a foot or more, it makes your whole window look way bigger without actually having a big window, which is a great little trick, especially for rooms like this that have low ceilings. All right, now we talked about some of the tricks of the curtain rod, a more substantial rod, longer on the outside of your windows and then higher towards the ceiling. All those things kind of open up the space. But now let's talk curtains. So you can see I have one curtain on this side and I have 2 panels on this side. Look at the difference that adding an extra panel does for the way that the space looks. Not only does having 2 panels make it feel more luxurious and more high-end, it's also easier to then cover the window if you need privacy or a blockage of sun. Back over there. And on this side, it just looks thin and flimsy. Now, my entire life until this year, I have only ever done 1 panel on each side of my window because it was cheaper. And then this year, I realized that I could completely transform the look of a room with an extra $40. I mean, you could potentially get them cheaper, but this really heavyweight curtain, it's even blackout, it's only $40 for a pair, and that's a really good deal for curtains. So now we're gonna add the second one. Now look at this. Instantly, the window feels bigger and it feels like a statement in the room rather than just being curtains. Now I'm gonna do 4 very simple updates to existing pieces that I already had. This artwork, a bench, a table, and a lamp. I think that adding this gold is really gonna make the art pop because before it just really blended so much and I always kind of wondered why it felt flat because it's a really pretty painting, and I think that that's why. It's just too dark of a frame. Now look at how much the gold here makes that edge pop compared to the rest of it here. It's gonna make such a big difference. So I had this bench and I've never loved the light finish of it. It's just never gone with my home. I don't have a lot of super light woods in my home. And I saw some beautiful inspiration on Pinterest of a dark bench with a cushion, and I thought, well, I could make that from what I already own. So I'm gonna scuff this up and I'm gonna darken it. Now I found this piece on Facebook Marketplace. Going to do something a little different than what you would normally do for a furniture flip. and I'm gonna take you along for the ride. I swapped out my dying live ZZ plant for one that I know will never die. These beautiful stems are so realistic looking and they're extremely full. They come in this bundle and they fill out this pot beautifully. These will always look good. I will never have to water them. In a guest room, I also really like adding books or magazines that people can browse as they're winding down for the night. Lots of blankets and pillows are always on the top of my list for a guest room because you never know if they're going to be hot or cold, what kind of pillow they like, if they like soft or firm bedding. And so I just give them a lot of options. They can take off the things they don't want, but if they need more, then it's readily available for them. I love the way the bench turned out. This is a great piece of furniture so that people can pile their luggage on top so it's elevated off the floor if they want, or just to have a landing zone or an extra spot for pillows and blankets to be accessible. I'm so glad that I matched the lamp wood tone to the rest of the room. It was very out of place before and it made the whole room feel less consistent and cohesive. And so a simple update DIY to an existing lamp can go a long way. And now the whole room is tied together with a very simple color palette of neutrals, browns, a little pop of burgundy red, and those beautiful golds. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing the room come together from start to finish. It was a fun project and it could easily be accomplished in one day. I had to film everything, so it took me 3 days. But just changing really simple things like taking out some trendy things that weren't quite working anymore, doing a quick paint job, adding a full set of curtains, changing up simple bedding. These things go a really long way. They're very budget friendly and they're very fast and easy. And now we're ready for guests whenever they're ready to join us. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time.